Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video it's about my top 10 books of 2022, and this year I've read 63 books. My goal on Goodreads was 60 and I made it. I'm really happy and proud of myself, and yeah, it was hard to choose, okay, because I've read so many good books this year and a lot of 5-star reads, but obviously, you know, I had to pick 10, my top 10, and here is the list. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I just wanted to put a disclaimer. This video, it's not in order. I'm only saying my top 10, like that is as much as I can do. And also for all the books, search up trigger warnings. I don't know if some have you know, sensitive topics. I don't know. Do your homework. I have no idea. Like, I'm somebody that doesn't have a problem with any of that, so for me it's totally okay, any type of books, but I know for some there are some sensitive topics, so do your homework. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I will do my physical books first and then my Kindle Unlimited books, you know, that I don't have a physical copy of. So one of my top 10 books of this year, it's The Seventh Husband of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And this book, like, it's a book that I will never forget because it's so different from what I've read. You know, I'm used to the type of rom-com books, you know, really fluffy books, romance books or sports romance books, but this one, it's so different, and it's about this really popular actress in the 80s called Evelyn Hugo, and she struggled a lot and she made so many things just to get to how famous she was. Like, it shows that there are people that are really ambitious, and obviously she had 7 husbands, and you know, it talks about real love. I don't know how to explain it that much, that book. It's done in a type of interview and it's just so good. Like, she really doesn't leave any details, and she's not ashamed of what she's done. In that time it was harder to be a woman than it is now, obviously, and you know, she shows that. I don't know how to explain it that much. I don't want to give too much. You should totally read it. This book is a book that I think I will never forget. Like, you see so much in this, how things appear a certain way from the outside but it is different from in the inside. Then a book of Tessa Bailey, obviously. I love a lot of her books, but this one is my favorite, and it happened one summer, and this one, it's about Brendan and Piper, and it's in a small town romance. Like, I love small town romance, and Piper is from LA, and you know, she's all that you know, she has a glamorous life, you can see by her dress, and you know, she loves life. She's amazing, she's doing great, until she does something and her stepdad sends her to the small town where her biological dad is from, and he's like, oh, you want to party, but now you will have to go there and do your own thing and have your own money. And then she meets Grumpy Brendan, which is a type of guy that has a routine, always do things a certain way, and obviously Piper, it's not like that. She's a life party, she likes to party and all of that. So they're really grumpy sunshine, and like, they're so different, and I don't want to talk too much about it, you know, just that it's a good book. And Tessa Bailey, I really love her books. I've read like 6 or 7 books of hers, and she's a great author, so this book is really good to get into her. Then this book, it's part of a series, okay? I didn't put the whole series in here because I couldn't, and I only chose my favorite, and it was a hard decision because I love all the books from this series, and you're probably tired of me speaking about them, but I don't care. It's just my favorite, and that is The Score by Elle Kennedy. There are 5 books in the series. The Deal is the first one, The Mistake is the second one, the third one is The Score, The Goal is the fourth one, and the last one is The Legacy. And this one is about Dean and Allie, and they're my favorite couple. This one is kind of enemies with benefits. They're not really enemies. They don't like much about each other. They don't know much about it. And obviously I cannot say friends with benefits because they're not friends. They become friends, but they're not at the beginning. You know, they know each other because of their friends. They're dating each other. So there goes it's amazing. I love Dean and Ali so freaking much. Like, they're the best, to be honest. And this book had to be in my top 10 because it just had to. And go read the whole series, the whole thing, okay? Just go read it. This next book made me realize that I love YA murder mystery, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. It's the first book in a series. There are 3 books, and this one I really liked it. Like, it has 389 pages, kind of like practically 400 pages, and it just goes by so fast because you're so intrigued and you want to know everything. And it was just such a good book. Like, if you want to get into YA murder mystery, you should totally read this because this will get you into it. And because of this book, I want to read more thriller, murder mystery, all of those things. Like, so this book had to make it in the top 10. So the other books I don't have physical copy of. I've read them on Kindle Unlimited. It doesn't mean that they are still on Kindle Unlimited, but you know, I read them there. So the first one is The Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. You probably heard me talk so much about this book, but it should be talked about. Like, you need to talk about it. This book is so good. It is about Anastasia and Nathan, and she does figure skating, and he is a hockey player, the captain of the hockey team, and it's in university, in college, whatever, and something happens to the arena of the hockey players, and they have to, you know, practice in the figure skater arena, and Anastasia is not happy about it. That is like, this story is a reverse Grumpy Sunshine, and it's such a good book. I love the character girls in it. I love other characters in the story. Like, all the characters, you had to like them in the story. They're really great, and this book is definitely, like, it had to be in my top 10 because I love it so much. Yeah. Then My High by Liz Tomford. This one is a hockey romance, and this one is about Xanders and Stevie. Xanders is a professional hockey player, and Stevie is a flight attendant and attendant, I don't know how to say that word. So she works for the private jet of the team, and she's a plus size girl, and she doesn't let, like, she stands up to him, okay? He's kind of arrogant, you know, like, oh, nobody says no to me, and she makes him, like, she doesn't stop, like, hey boy, you don't get to do that attitude with me. And it was so good. It was, you have to read it, please. I'm not good with explaining because I don't want to spoil anything, but the characters grow so much in this story. It was so good. Like, the tension, the build up. Consider Me by Becca Mack. This one is another hockey romance, and this one, it's about Carter. He's a professional hockey player. I think he's a captain as well, if I'm not wrong. I think I'm wrong, I don't know, but he plays hockey professionally. And Olivia is a high school teacher, I don't know, but her best friend is dating Carter's best friend, and that's how they meet. And I just loved it so much. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there was so much tension at the beginning. She didn't like him at all, you know, he's a player, he sleeps around, and I love how Carter changed so much as well as Olivia. Then the next book that I will be talking about is my first book from this author, and let me just say, I love her. She's amazing, and that is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. The story is about Zara and, damn, what's his name? Roman and Zara, and it's kind of Disneyland with spies. And when I say with spies, a lot of spies, but it was so good. It's a kind of boss employee, Grumpy Sunshine. Like, it was so good. Please read it. I don't want to talk. Like, she works in this theme park that Roman's family owns, and he has to work there because of a will that his grandfather left him. And there he meets Sarah that stands up to him, and he's not a fan of it, and there's tension. Then another book by Lauren Asher, it's Throttle, and that is the first book in the Dirty Air series, and I chose this one because this one is my favorite. I really liked that book. I love them all, okay, but that one, I don't know what it was about, but that one is about Maya and the guy named is it Nathan? Noah, sorry. So it's about Noah and Maya, and Noah is Maya's brother's rival. So I don't want to say enemies to lovers because they're not really fighting with each other. It's more her brother with Noah, and he's a Formula 1 racer, and she decides to go with her brother for the season that it's coming up, and there she meets Noah, and wow, what a good book. I loved it so much. It was so different from Dreamland Billionaires, but it was amazing as well. And the last book of this list, and that is Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. So this book is the third book in a series, but it's my favorite one, and it's about Josh and Jules, and it's enemies with benefits, not enemies to lovers, lovers with benefits, friends with benefits. No, it's enemies with benefits. I've never saw that. The spice is masterpiece. I loved how much they changed. Like, they changed so much in this book, the characters. I was skeptical about this series because the first one, it's not the greatest, but it just gets better. And even if I really liked Twisted Lies, but Twisted Hate remains the one that has a special place in my heart, so it had to be in the top 10. But yeah, it was so hard to make this list, guys. Like, I've read so many good books, like, it's insane. Yeah, I just hope you enjoyed. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.